Namaskar and good evening. Today I wanted to, um, address fellow members of my Hindu community. And since there is an ongoing debate about the Constitution of India in the Parliament at the moment, um, I thought it is necessary for me to share my thoughts and also to sort of, I think, start a conversation also on this that what choices are we making as the Hindu community. And I know that there are some small amount of people in the Hindu community who are beyond uh, beyond the boundary of reasoning. So I'm not having this conversation with them, of course, but I'm having this address to the people who are the remaining, who are part of the Hindu community. That going forward, when the constitution is being discussed and debated in the parliament, a really big fundamental question faces us today as the Hindu community. Whether we are going to choose to be on the side of the constitution or we are going to be against it. And so there is no middle path, there's no middle choice in this. And also there are other questions along with it. Are we going to, be brought down by an ideology that seeks to enslave the majority of Hindus through casteism and whatever else? Or are we going to choose to move forward? There is also the choice we have to make, that are we as Hindus going to sit and revel? Are we going to sit and enjoy the suffering and pain of the minorities, or are we going to side with the constitution and stand with our brothers and sisters from the minorities? And are we going to look forward to the future and towards progress, or are we going to go into past worshipping? These are serious choices that we need to really think about and decide for ourselves, what are we going to do as a Hindu community? Because see, very frankly speaking, why I'm having a very frank and open conversation right now is that I've grown up in a Hindu family. I was born into a Hindu family, and before, what used to happen was that there was unity, but there is that very fundamental level of sort of a hatred or sort of distance between the communities. And I've heard from my own people from my own community, Hindus, talking about minorities in a very bad way, behind their backs, of course not to the face. But now the scenario is that the people from the Hindu community speak openly about their hatred for the minorities, for the Muslims, for the Christians, for the Sikhs, and etc. etc. So when, say for example, the house of a Muslim is broken down by a bulldozer, or a Christian person's church is broken down in Manipur, or nuns are attacked, or someone threatens to put pork in a madrasa, there are n number of examples of this. Are we going to sit and enjoy? And I do know that this is the ugly truth, that some of the Hindus do they don't want to admit it, but they do enjoy that, the minorities are being shown their place. Till when is this going to benefit you or the country? And this is a serious question I'm asking all our Hindu brothers and sisters, people from my community, that okay, you are enjoying at some level all of this that's happening, but how is it going to benefit you, until when? How is it going to benefit our country, until when? Ultimately, we all are citizens of India, and we all are contributing to its present and its future. So if you really think about your country, about the collective well-being of everyone, enjoying somebody else's pain is not going to, it's not only going to be a detriment to the others whose pain you're enjoying, but be a detriment to yourself too in the long run. And so I think the choice for me is very clear. It has been clear for many years. I think I'm born this way, and I've always been a firm believer in our constitution. So the serious question actually lies in front of us, that are we going to, as Hindus, choose the Indian constitution in its letter and spirit and live out the values of our constitution, or are we going to side with an ideology that seeks to replace and completely do away with our Indian constitution? And so while the debate goes on in Parliament about our constitution after 75 years of its enactment, I thought it would be a useful thing to put it out there that we really do need to seriously think about where we stand as the Hindu community and what are we going to choose going forward. I've made my choice. What are you going to choose? And please do let me know your views. And I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but there are certain ugly truths that need to be spoken about, and these are bits of darkness within us that we need to really confront in ourselves if we want to grow as human beings. So yeah, do let me know what you think about what I have said today, and let's choose better. We come from such a long tradition of of logic and debate, and the Charavakas, and so many live and living traditions of not just blindly following, but actually sitting down and logically debating about things. The Charavakas were famous for it. There are so many other living traditions that have existed within Hinduism who've really emphasized on logically examining something and seeing whether it's relevant for the times or not. This is the 21st century, and I hope most of us will think about this and choose what's the best for us as a community, what's the best for our country, what's the best for our fellow citizens who belong to the minorities, and where are we going as a collective. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the other side.